So the question we're looking at then is, why do we manage health and safety? Why does your workplace want to manage health and safety? What do you think?
Money.
Money, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's all
What
about
else?
It's all about saving bucks.
Butt covering, the law.
Butt covering, okay, the law, yeah. So cover butt. What else have we got as key drivers? What happens if people get hurt?
Well, it hurts.
They have a claim.
Yeah, have a claim. Yeah,
I
get
have to do
hurt.
more work.
Pardon?
I have to do more work.
Have to do more work, so it will impact on productivity. And I think another key driver for a lot of workplaces these days will also be image. Like, it's not a good look to hurt people in the workplace. And then there's also one other key driver, isn't there?
Yeah,
I mean, what?
I want to go home.
You want to go home, absolutely, right? So we actually want to go home safe and well. So these are the main reasons or the main drivers for why we manage health and safety in workplaces. Now, I'm not going to put you on the spot, so we'll just do this a little bit in the third person. So if we went across the road there today and as people are coming in and getting coffees, we said to them, you know, why are we actually here as far as this training session goes? Why we've got this group together? And so I'm not after your opinion, I'm after their opinion about why are we here today. What do you think they would choose on the board as being the main reason or driver for why we manage health and safety? What do you think they'd choose?
Law.
Law?
Yep.
And if it wasn't that, what do you think it would be?
Money.
Money. Yeah, I agree. Because I think those are the main reasons or drivers, as people see them, for why we manage health and safety. Now, the issue with that is that then people generally have health and safety in what I would call the have to camp. So we see it as something you have to do. The question is then, when we have a look at something as far as a have to in life, how do we actually respond to that? You know, like you have to mow the lawns, you have to do the dishes. You know, think about it as far as your kids go. So how does that look?
It's a never-ending list of being tired.
Obligation.
Tired. Yeah. Okay, so then we're obliged.
Yep.
What do we tend, how are we approaching it?
With no vigour.
Okay, so we've got, yeah, so we're no vigour,
No energy.
no energy, negative.
We avoid it.
No, yes, excellent, I agree. So we often avoid it. And the other thing I see in workplaces with health and safety, because of this sort of thing in the avoidance, is we often also do the minimum, or we do enough to cover butt, you know, to get by. And then of course it can get stronger than that as well. So I remember my teenage daughter around this sort of stuff years ago, you'd say, oh, you have to do something, and you'd actually get something a bit stronger than all that. It would actually be the make me. You might be able to relate to that.
Make me. Right.
Make me, yeah? You have to do something, kids, and they get to make me back. All right. Now, if we ask those same people a different question and we said to them, okay, so do you want to go home healthy and safe today? What would they say? What do you say to that question?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the interesting thing is, ironically, people actually want to do this. Now, if we're going to get that and we're going to have that work, then what we must do is we must manage risk well. Now, as I said earlier, the key to that, if we're going to manage risk well, is actually our participation. Because in the moment, most of health and safety comes down to us and what we actually do or don't do. So it's going to take our participation. The question is, how do we participate? So just think about some of those things that you said before that you actually love doing in life, like the fishing, the diving, you know, the camping, the holidays, that stuff that you love doing. How do we actually approach that? You know, those things you want to do, how do you approach that? So the key to this, as I said earlier, if we're going to manage the risk well, then it takes our participation, because in the moment, most of health and safety come down to our choices. All right, it'll take our participation to manage the risk. The key is then, or the interesting thing is, how do we actually participate? Do we actually do it like we want to, or do we like we have to? So how do you approach want-tos in life? You know, like how do you get out of bed in the morning? How does it look? You get out of bed in the morning and you want to go fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Hey.
Yay! How else does it look? How would you describe that?
Organised.
Organised? Yeah,
Yeah.
good. So you're organised?
Energetic.
Yeah.
Excited.
Yeah, organised, got a plan,
Interested.
we're energy.
Yeah.
Wake up before the alarm.
Yeah, okay, so look, you know, I hear a bit of that. I hear, you know, like, so you actually bounce out.
Yeah.
The other one I like as a descriptor for this, one of the things I notice with things I want to do in life is I'm actually keen about them, you know, which means then I actually I put in some effort. I actually put in some effort. Okay, so question, if we do health and safety like this and we continue to do it like that, how's it going to work?
Which
How's
way?
that? If we do it like we have to do it, how's it going to work?
Your job.
Yeah,
Like that, minimal.
minimal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not surprisingly, then, why we actually continue to hurt so many people in our workplaces because we have it look like that. Now, alternatively, if we all do it with a bit of bounce, you know, and we organise it, we plan, and we bring some energy to it, how will it actually look?
Well, different.
Different,
Yeah,
won't it?
way better.
Way better. The other thing is, I notice, as far as things in life goes that we actually want to do, my experience of those is I actually end up doing it. And that's the challenge with health and safety, because it's actually a doing thing, and we've actually got to do it. The challenge is we've got to do it like we want to, because then we'll actually get it done. Ironically, if we actually do that, and we do it with some passion, you know, we do it like we want to, we put the energy in, we make the effort to manage the risk well, then these will actually disappear as concerns, because we actually get what we want. That's the challenge. You've got to flick the switch. This is not a have to, this is a want to.